What's up, guys? Steve Conroy with Lugaway Junk Removal and Demolition. Quiet morning. The sun is out. The birds are chirping. Happy Gilmore. This little frothy windshield here. So today's video is going to be, I believe it's episode 12 of the day in the lives. So this one's going to be a little different. We just have a office clean out today. 3rd floor. Should be 2 trucks at the least. So it's not going to be so much footage for you guys. Just going to get some stuff ready here. It's not going to be so much footage for you guys, but I'm going to talk numbers. I'm going to talk how I priced it and everything for you. If you guys have ever seen this badass super soaker, it's pretty sick. It's something we came across. I'm gonna grab this little guy. So, like I said, it's not gonna be crazy footage, but it's a third floor office building over in Needham. They're vacant. We actually moved some stuff. I think it's in my pickup truck. We actually moved some stuff for them from this office to the new office yesterday. We don't normally do moving, but when the customer's hiring you for a job like that, and they're, being very, easy with the whole process, we're happy to help them out. A lot of times, you get an office clean out, there's a bunch of bids on it, they're looking for the cheapest one. These people reached out to me and they were like, hey, we looked at your reviews online, you're actually the only guy who wanted to come see the place. Oh, toolbox is on the other side. It's early, man. I've only had 1 cup of coffee today. Usually I'm like a 4 or 5 cup guy in the morning. It's pretty psychotic. All right, so we gotta take some stuff out that we were keeping from yesterday. Stupid stuff. Put this bag in there. Try and keep this thing organized, right? But sometimes it gets a little iffy. All right, I got this. I got a lot of stuff in my hands here. I like to keep stuff that we might use, and then we'll throw it out in a couple months. So they saw our reviews on Google. They reached out, they were like, you're the only one who wanted to show up. One guy gave a quote that was like triple what mine was. Another guy gave a quote that was half of what mine was. And I was like, listen, all I can tell you is this is what it's going to fill up at the very least. It's going to fill 2 truckloads. We have to disassemble desks. We have to disassemble cubicles. We have to take these like suspended file cabinets off of the wall. We have to unscrew the brackets that those were attached to keep them on the wall. So it's all stuff that it's not difficult, but it's labor intensive. I mean, you look at it and you're like, yeah, that's 2 truckloads, but how long is it gonna take to get it down into the truck? There's an elevator, it's on the 3rd floor, but the elevator is tiny. And the elevator, especially in these like older buildings, they're kind of like, you get in them and you're like, this thing is not okay. So you gotta factor all that in. When I gave the quote to this woman, I said, listen, it's gonna be at the very least 2 trucks. This is what we charge per hour, per man. There's gonna be X amount of guys on site, and that's that. I don't know how long this job is gonna take. I'm just gonna book a full day for it. And when I provided her with the estimate, I emailed her over a PDF of the estimate, and I included 2 to 3 truckloads, because I know it's not gonna be more than 3, and a full day's worth of labor for 2 guys, because it's not, the 3rd guy is, basically just useless on a job like this. Just costing them more money because you can't get anything out of the elevator without the second guy who helped you load it in. So that's how I quoted it. I'm gonna take a seat down here. Got this bad boy from a cleanout. Probably could have guessed that. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do today. If we have time, we are going to do a couple fence panel removals. They've already fallen down because of high winds. We'll remove those. That's over in Westwood. And I just got a text this morning for someone who wants a mattress and dryer removed from their basement. So if we have time to do that today, we'll do that because we're slammed for the rest of the week. Today is Wednesday, I think. Yeah, today's Wednesday. All right, so without further ado, let's dive in. All right, guys, we are at the spot. 3rd floor, tip top. So we brought the barrels and stuff up there already. Connor's disassembling some of the desks, the brackets underneath, so that we can get them out of there. So this is the elevator we're working with. Tiny, but instead of having to go through these doors and down the walkway here, right where we came from, and go to the truck, we can actually back up through this parking garage, because that's tall enough over there. Probably be able to get the back of the truck like pretty close right there. No door stop, so just have to, you know, makeshift that. I'm gonna take the stairs today because I got that extra COVID weight. So we got some work on our hands. I love doing jobs like this. It takes up most of the day. You don't have to rush around. You don't have customers breathing down your neck. Not that they all do, but some of them do. So we're up on floor 3. Little walk. And here we are. So everything you're gonna see in here is coming with us. Whiteboards, everything. Anybody need a plant? So this is what Connor's taking apart now. So we can actually move the pieces. All this, desks, cubicles, more desks, more whiteboards. I honestly don't even know if anything's in here. Yeah. A couple wine glasses, onion peels. Good old onions in there if you want one. Yeah. Hashtag Stanley Yelnads. Sploosh. All right, so that's pretty much it. Don't really have to wear the masks while we're working in here, because there's no one really on this floor. We'll wear them when we come out into the hallway here, because kind of communal area, but that's it. So I'll take some footage of the day, time lapses. We're really just going to be disassembling furniture and bringing it down. But I think the key component of this video will be how long something like this takes, coming from the 3rd floor with that kind of access, and how much all this stuff weighs. These top of these desks are pretty durable. These, as much as these pieces are metal, you can't scrap that because this is particle board. So we're gonna have to dump those. So it'd be interesting to see how much this stuff weighs. Yeah, so follow along. Whew. All right, guys, we are here. We got this thing parked up in here. Nice. Just fits right underneath there. Basically walk right onto it. This is a little low, but that's all right. Used a bungee cord to hang onto that one on the truck. And this to keep it open because the bungee cords, this door is pretty heavy, but how are you? So we are golden. We're gonna be able to, I mean, with that access, that's unreal. That kind of access at an office place. So I'm gonna go head up there, help Connor start unscrewing this stuff, and yeah, we'll take it from there. To show you guys something called the Kung Fu Kickback. Something I learned when I was swimming down under with the Kiwis. So we gotta take these off. They're bolted on the inside. We got a bunch of them. Connor's taking one out there. A couple in here. There's a bunch in another room. Piling them all up. Keep the metal separate like we always do. Now. Don't try this at home, only in office parts. Alright. So if you're picking one of these off, you want to make sure that its trajectory isn't going to smoke a wall, because they obviously ask for our insurance. So I don't want to get that claim. Even if I did get that claim, total of $9 that I can put towards it, which is nice. That's sick. All right, so you just kind of bend and snap routine here. Pull it forwards. Get the other side. And for those of you who think I just hit the wall, there's no indentations on the wall here, guys. Nothing, just cobwebs and a Ticonderoga #2 pencil. All right, so we're done smashing stuff up. Table's good. All this stuff. Metal here. All this is broken down. So I gotta get the whiteboards, take down the cubicles. This piece is staying, metal in there, and then this stuff's out of here. So we'll be taking like these brackets off before we leave. We'll do a nice thorough sweep of the place. But we started at 8. It's 8:40, so we started physically doing the work at 8. We got here at 7:30 and had to, figure out parking and all that. So it took us 40 minutes to break all this stuff down. And we'll figure out, I'll keep track of how long it takes us to do one load in the elevator, and then see how many loads it takes and figure out if that time adds up, if there's any hiccups in between. All right, guys, we are taking this load down the elevator. Here, just snag that. Good to go. So we started loading at 8:53. It is now 9 o'clock. So 7 minutes it took to fill like 20 or so pieces. You can ride down with that. I gotta shed some LBs. So it took us 7 minutes. We'll just say it took us 10 minutes to load it into the elevator, and then we'll see how long it takes to unload it, which will get us our time for getting this stuff into the truck for an elevator load. So 9:05, just had to grab my gloves, scraping my hands up. 9:05, this thing's packed. Smoked my head on the fire sprinkler line, which is always nice. So 9:05, so I don't know if it's 8:53, 10, 15 minutes it takes us to load this up, bring it down, and load that. But we'll do another load of the desks and the particle board stuff, and then we have to disassemble the cubicles, and then the whiteboards, and there's a table in that front room to the right. The whiteboards and that table are gonna have to come down the stairs, and we're gonna have to, you know, kind of swerve them down because they're too big to go in here. I don't want to deal with cutting them up. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. So we'll get back up here and get back to it. The job is done. Basically, we gotta sweep, but some stuff there. Our tools. We're just gonna sweep some stuff up. Keeping that. Keeping this thing. That is that. So, time-wise, you're not gonna believe this. We fit all of that stuff into one truckload. I have no idea how, but it all fit in one truckload. And normally, like in a worst case scenario, I underestimate what's there. I never overestimate. This has happened like one other time. So we got it all in one truckload. I'll bring you down there. So it's 11:30 now, and we got in at, let me grab my sweatshirt. And these keys, I think that's all I need. So we got in at, we started working at 8, so 9, 10, 11, so 3.5 hours. That's pretty friggin' good. 3.5 hours, everything coming from the 3rd floor. We had to bring some stuff down the staircase behind me here because it didn't fit in the elevator. So I'm pretty proud of us. That's a lot. 3.5 hours. It's only a truckload, but it looked like a lot more, didn't it? I was for sure that this was going to be 2 truckloads. So we'll go take a peek at what that thing looks like in a second. How we looking? Well, I'll fit them right there.
Yes. Hope so.
Yeah, I think they will. Look at this thing, slam packed. So I'm just gonna throw my stuff in the truck real quick. Yeah, that is a packed truck. So 3.5 hours. I'll talk to you guys on the way to the dump. I'm just gonna help Connor load this stuff in real quick. Prime example of how anyone can do this. Junk luggers, college hunks, 1-800-GOT-JUNK. They're all in this area. And the amount of times that we get a call saying, I called them, I didn't like how they acted on the phone, or they weren't really giving me all the information, they're giving me the runaround. The guys showed up and then they left the job because it was too much stuff. These guys, I'm thankful that these guys are in my area because it drives more business to me. All right, so I just offloaded all that metal. I just wanted to show you how much that junk really filled up. I have to get a little closer, but it really didn't fill up that much. It's honestly like a half load. So I can't imagine this weighing too much. I'm gonna say it's gonna weigh a little over 1 ton. All right. Rolling out of the dump right now. So it was a little over a ton. It was 2,440 pounds, costing me 170 in change. Now, yeah, I could have dumped that, went back for the metal, and went and scrapped it. I really don't think I would have gotten much for the metal. I might have gotten like 40 bucks, and closest scrapyard to us, well, there's one that's like 20 minutes away from the shop, and then there's one that's probably like 35 minutes away from here. But if we have time at the end of the day, I would rather go do like a $300-400 job and, you know, acquire that cash, rather than just driving around scrapping metal for nothing. So if there was a scrap place like on my way to the dump, I would absolutely go there. I'm probably losing like $10,000 or more a year in not scrapping metal, but it's just really inconvenient for us because there's nowhere to really do it that's close to our transfer station or just close to any of the jobs that we do anyways. So I'm gonna go back and help Connor load the rest of the stuff into the truck, and yeah, we'll see what time we finish up. All right, guys, we are out of here. Everything is looking clean AF. So we got here at 7:30. It is now 1 o'clock. So 5.5 hours up and down the elevator, up and down. But we honestly, I mean, we finished it in record time in my book. I mean, the fact that it only took us that long and it only yielded a truck in like a little less than a quarter is what we have in there now. So we did pretty good. So we got some time. We may go and do another job in Westwood, those fence, the fence panels. But I just texted the gentleman who lives over there, the homeowner. He's added a bunch more stuff from his garage, and I don't know what that's gonna be, and I don't know. So we may just go power wash the truck and take it from there. So I will talk numbers with you at the end of the day. I mean, there's really no numbers. It cost 170 bucks to dump. There's an AC that we're getting. So that'll cost me money to dump. That's really it, but I'll talk to you when we circle up at the end of the day, and talk a little bit more about the job. All right, guys, the day is done. We are back at the shop. It's a little before 2. We hit the dump, kicked off some of that, the metal, the air conditioner we had. We offloaded the rest of it into the trailer right over there. And now we are power washing the truck. So I got a pretty interesting situation over here. Since we don't have access to a hose, even though there's a spigot out back, there is a spigot out back, slurring my words. I got this thing. It's connected now still. So this is, yeah, pour right in there. So this is like a filtered pump. And then we got this, the Works Hydro Shot. So we put that filter in this barrel, which we clean. If there's any dirt or anything, it filters it out. And then I got 2 batteries that go on the side. This thing is an absolute contraption. I got these 2 batteries here. They don't last like too long, but it's enough to soak her down, get this, the foam going, and then clean her up, just to get the kind of grime off her. This will be the first time we're cleaning her. Since the last time I did it in the day I did that, it just got mangled the next day because we were dumping in the where we put the concrete. Thing got covered in mud, but it is what it is. So one of these days soon, when we have time, probably a weekend, I'm gonna power wash the crap out of the undercarriage of this thing. And she's due to get greased, so is the trailer. So this thing will, this thing does the trick. It's just kind of hilarious that I had to like go and buy like a wire or like an electric, whatever. But it does the trick, working with what we got here. So let's talk about numbers now at the end of the day. We're gonna power wash this. I'm gonna go gas this up because we're doing another clean out for a repeat contractor in Dorchester tomorrow. It's gonna be, I think, the 4th clean out we've done for him. They're all 2 or 3 truck clean outs. He claims this one's gonna be a little smaller, but it should be the last one because he just sold the place. And I want to gas this up so we don't have to deal with stopping tomorrow because I want to, maximize all time. So numbers wise, so we were there for 5.5 hours. Cost me $170 to dump it. Cost me for the AC, and then we just threw some stuff in there. That was like a quarter load we threw in the trailer over there. So call it a truck and a quarter. And then 5.5 hours of labor. So I charged for labor for the duration of the entire job instead of saying, oh yeah, X amount of hours is included in the truck. We gave that price plus an hourly rate of labor, just because it's just so far away from where your vehicle is parked, where your truck, where your trailer is going to be parked. So even if we're doing work on at a residential home and the stuff's like all the way in the backyard and they don't want us to drive on the lawn, that's totally fine. But you have to say, listen, like, this is supposed to take us X amount of time. It's going to take us so much longer because it's all the way back there, or it's all the way up on the 3rd floor, regardless of if you have elevators or not. I think we got the job done very efficiently today. Connor hammered it out. It was just an all-around good day, and I'm glad that we're not like driving around like chickens with our heads cut off trying to squeeze in that fence panel job and then grabbing whatever was in that guy's in the garage. So that is a day in the life. I love jobs like that. I would rather do one big job throughout the day than the small jobs. I know guys often say, they'd rather do the small jobs because, pricing is on a curve, right? So like the smaller jobs technically cost more. In my area though, like we're priced on a curve, but the small jobs I'm not making that much more money on them if you were to look at it, on a pricing curve, because people just won't pay it. There's enough companies around in my service area. There's enough competition that someone is going to do it cheaper than me. And they already are doing it cheaper, but someone's going to do it significantly cheaper if I have, my quarter load at a certain amount. So I know that there's guys from the Facebook pages that I see, like there's guys who pay like $40 a ton and their quarter load is the same as my quarter load. And I'm like, you guys must be like caking out there, because that's what we get, but we're still paying $140 a ton. But they're priced on like a hard curve where like their full truck isn't as much as what I charge for a full truck. But my pricing structure works for me. It's how a lot of guys price in this area anyways. So it's not like anyone's blowing someone out of the water over here. We're all right around the same area. When you get customers, you just want to hold on to them, treat them fairly, and, hope that they refer you and continue to give you more business. So to all the followers and subscribers and followers and subscribers, my mind is mush. I'm so tired today. I don't know if you can tell the way I'm talking to the camera. I am like beat. My puppy was up all night last night, and it's been a long couple days. We've also been working like crazy, which is why I'm going to get a third guy involved for labor wise. If I can find someone to drive, that's great, but I'm not going to force that unless I feel really comfortable doing so. So that's the day in the life. Hit the subscribe button, comment in the comment section any questions that you guys have. I'm happy to answer them. Happy to engage with you guys. I appreciate you guys engaging with the channel as well. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks.